We are back with a new episode of Inheritance. Let's see what happens in this episode. I'm pretty sure we're uncovering tons of secrets right now. So, this chapter is called Circling for Prey. Okay. Weeks later, you find yourself sitting in the galley of a courtroom, half listening as Ariel lobs Charles some softball questions to defend Vitality against a lawsuit. Oh no, we're facing a lawsuit thanks to who? Yeah, Charles. Ali Ray. Just kidding. Charles has already been prepped ad nauseum, which means far more of your focus is on the group text with your family. Going fine so far, Dad? Good, then now's the time to tell you I've made Elizabeth interim CEO. The fuck? She'll be the one weighing in on the competition. And you think she is eligible to do that? Bile rises in your throat at the pronouncement, especially when your stepmother replies, I'm very honored, and it's not a responsibility I take lightly. Okay, sure. Especially in the company of Dante and Sabrina, who've been doing such important work. You freaking slimy bitch. Dante and Sabrina? Dante and Sabrina? Seriously? They don't even go here. Or you're not even going to pretend to make this fair? We're not doing Mean Girls right now, so second. Just blatant favoritism all the way down. I mean, they all do that. Life isn't fair, kid. Shut up, Dad. Suck up and shut up. You shut up. I don't want to shut up. I deserve to be a part of the company. And I'm working harder than both of them, combined. You snort with disgust and look up from your phone just as the bailiff leads Charles off the stand. Your Honor, we'd like to call Ronnie Lodge to the stand. Why me? Mentally shaking off the infuriating conversation with your family, you rise to head to the stand and feel a piece of paper slip into your palm. It's a note from Ariel. Bury Charles. Okay, you turn to whisper fiercely at her. What? Ariel, I promised. I don't care if you promised him he could be Prince of Cordania. His confession opens the door for Vitality to have full culpability. Next, they'll ask why we even had the capacity to do half the stuff he did, and by the time all's said and done, we'll both be in orange jumpsuits. Oh, fuck. Her stern expression conveys the seriousness of the matter, and you give her a quick subtle nod. I guess we're pushing him under the bus, or throwing him under the bus. Consider it done. You take the stand, your mind reeling as you mentally revamp all of your pre-prepped answers. The prosecutor rises. Okay, I can't believe what her mental state is like at this moment. She just had this huge-ass fight with her family over text. They don't freaking own her. They've disowned her. And right now, she's about to go on trial or in the stand. And she's supposed to flip her entire testimony. What the fuck? I would be so mind-boggled, my brain wouldn't be working at this time. Anyways, you take the stand, your mind reeling as you mentally revamp all of your answers. The prosecutor rises. Ada Marshall, thank you for joining us today. I know there's a lot going on at Vitality, so I'll cut to the chase. Did you know about employees' extracurricular activities? You glance at Charles in the back row. Did I know what was going on? Yes, once it was made public on the news. No, because I trust my execs. First, before that, I was as in the dark as anyone else. You were in the dark about an employee's activities. I'm not sure that makes you innocent, Miss Lodge. I do think it makes you a bad boss, unless execs routinely operate with no oversight at Vitality. Of course not. So you admit Charles did have company oversight, meaning that you were or should have been aware of what he was doing. Shit. No, I mean, at the table across from you, Ariel rests her head in her hands. Objection, Your Honor, badgering the witness. Withdrawn. I'd like to enter Exhibit A into the record. The prosecutor raises the manila folder before handing it to the bailiff to be passed to you. Please tell the court what you're looking at. These are printouts of my work calendar. My weekly check-ins with my direct reports are highlighted. I find it interesting that you have mandatory weekly check-ins, but claim to have no clue what your employees are up to. Okay, it was an honest mistake. You cavalierly toss the folder onto the stand in front of you and roll your eyes. I'm their boss, not the babysitter, their parent, or their priest. I don't ask about their personal lives. But as it happens, I have also missed a number of these meetings recently. You've simply missed them? Yes, due to my father's declining health or other responsibilities at work. Let's be honest. This is, as you may know, as the rest of the country knows, a very difficult time for my family. It's been vital for me to pitch in wherever I can, and sometimes that means prioritizing family over non-emergent meetings. After all, family does come first, wouldn't you say? Personally, I would say that depends on the family, but I digress. Meetings aside, none of this explains why Vitality had access to the American people's private data in the first place. Your Honor, we have sworn affidavits from Mr. Leavitt's affair partners' husbands that their phones' geolocations were hacked. Objection, hearsay, they can't possibly speak to that with any authority. Their wives could, but none of them will testify. They won't say why, but I'm willing to bet the reason starts with the letters NDA. Beats me, counselor, but you know how fickle witnesses can be. Well, findings by our analysts suggest he hacked his affair partner's phones and removed context of a sexual nature to further hide his whatever. Objection. Was there even a question in there? Yes, why does Vitality have access to phones they sold away any rights to? Ariel objects again, but Judge Hamilton turns to you. I'll allow it, as it speaks to the reason we're all here, Miss Lodge. All eyes turn to you, and you take a breath, biding your time while you think, your heart racing at the abrupt change in questioning. Vitality was allowed access, Charles was not. Is first and foremost an information company. First, a rogue employee acted against company policy, access technology he was not privy to, and used it to obtain restricted information. If anything, we should be suing him for digital trespass. Digital trespass isn't an infringement that carries charges in San Francisco, but I see your point. Your Honor, counselor, unless there's anything else, I'd suggest you wrap it up. It's lunchtime, and I'd rather stomach my shawarma than your smarm. Nothing further, Your Honor. You step down and return to your seat, slipping the note from Ariel about pinning everything on Charles into George's hand. George is in on it, too. Then you lean close to whisper in his ear. There's a small chance you'll be asked whether you were involved in the mistress cover-up. If that happens, lie like the wind. Is he shaking? Oh hell, we are so screwed. You take a deep breath as you wait for George to be called to the stand, but instead, the judge bangs her gavel. Court is adjourned for lunch. Be back here in an hour. Okay, that gives us some time to rehearse. You exhale with relief as you heard in the courtroom files into the hallway, putting a firm hand on George's arm as you follow. George, you have to calm down. You're wearing your panic all over your face. I know, but I can't help it. I've never been a believable liar, and the thought of trying now is turning my stomach. Oh no, he's a liability. Whoa, 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 mister. You've never lied? Not even as a kid, or that's kind of endearing, actually. I mean, it is. It's refreshing to meet someone who isn't a trained liar from birth. What if he's lying about being a liar? Thank you? Oh my gosh. It's a good thing, I promise. It's just refreshing because I'm surrounded with liars all the time. That's why. As your mind starts to work over time, you launch to your feet and pace the floor. Innocence isn't going to be helpful here. Ada Marshall, or Ada, is out for blood, and if he catches you in a lie, we're all going down. I'm sorry, I know I'm a weak link, but maybe if I think about lying long enough, I'll get sick and Judge Hamilton will think I got food poisoning? Bad idea. Oh yeah? And who's gonna be the one to sell her on that? George thinks for a second, then claps his hand over his mouth. Not it. Yeah, didn't think so. You glance at the clock. You know, we do have 30 minutes before anyone comes back, and lucky for you, I'm one hell of a liar. Oh my gosh, what are you saying? Choice? Teach George to lie. Class is in session, or better not. Class will definitely be in session, but not in this episode. In the next episode, we're gonna teach George how to lie. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.